Hello, YouTube, and welcome back again to another horror film review. I was about to say random, but no, it's a horror film review. I'm Falagar here reviewing for the Horror Globe. Um, you might recall, I believe my last review was the first Carrie. Excuse me, I've got this Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Don't know what the fuck this is, but okay, let's give it a try, shall we? So this time I thought I would review The Rage, which is Carrie 2, the sequel. The 1999 sequel. It was either 98 or 99. I don't have the movie, but I watched it on YouTube, and it's okay. So I watched the whole movie there. I had it the cable going from here to the widescreen TV, the big one. So I was able to watch it on the big screen, even though the quality was still kind of piss poor. But it doesn't matter. At least I had a chance to check out the film. So anyways, and the reason why for the absence is my brother and I, we've been out of town for a few days. Came back and there was some packages that came in for me. So one coming from a very special friend hailing all the way from Hawaii. But I'm gonna get to another video on that. But right now, yeah, this is a review for Carrie 2, or The Rage Carrie 2. You should know that I had already seen the remake of Carrie starring Julianne Moore and Chloe Grace Moretz, and I intend to see it again on tomorrow. Not on tomorrow, on Saturday, sorry. I'm going to watch it again with my dear pal, Brian, whom his last day here in Illinois will be October 31st. So, very sad. Known him for over 20 years. Yeah. So, anyways, with Carrie 2, The Rage, Carrie 2, I won't be able to get into the picture quality and all that because it's not really all that great watching it on YouTube. But the film, it opens up. How the fuck does it open up now? Let me think. Yeah, I think it was I forgot the actress's name, but she plays Rachel Land, and she. Oh, you know what? Yeah, now I remember. It opens up with this little girl. Rachel Land is the character's name. She's just a little girl, and her mother has basically gone berserk, where she's just painting the house, just a strip of paint, for no apparent reason. Her daughter, Rachel, wishes her to stop and wants her to play with her. So she goes up to her mother, and the mom turns around and takes the paint, the paintbrush. It's a big one now, used to paint houses, and just paints across her face. It doesn't show what happens next, but apparently, I guess the daughter might have called for help or something, because the next thing you know, the cops are there, and they take her away and take her to the loony bin. I believe it was Arkham. They called it Arkham Asylum, just like the DC, in DC Comics. And they take Rachel away to live in a foster home. She grows up and it advances, whatever. I don't know, 7 years or so, where she's in high school now. She's like 17. And she has a friend played by Mina Savari. And apparently, it's them going to school, just talking about life. And Mina Savari confides to Rachel, saying how she had her first lay, is basically what it was, with I forgot the guy's something Ty, Jacob Ty something, the same kid who played in Home Improvement, the eldest brother, the blonde hair, that kid, that actor. She basically had her first lay with him, and apparently it meant nothing to him. And he tried to tell her off, tell her that, and it causes her to it pushes her over the edge, and she jumps off the school building and falls face first into the car, and then in the windshield of the car, and then dies. Amy Irving makes a return, reprising her role as Sue Snell. and she tries to, I guess, bring Rachel Land's spirits up. Okay, and during this conversation, she loses control, and I believe the water bottle, it's made of glass, it just shatters. So this is where Sue Snell suspects something, because she's been through something like this, similar to this before. Although I don't recall Sue Snell being aware of Carrie's powers in the first one. Very odd that. But anyways, so she keeps trying to call her back, into her office to have a talk with her. She even makes her go through these questions, true or false questions, some of which are like the sky is yellow and things of that nature. I can't remember what some of the other questions were, but they're just really goofy stuff, and she's doesn't really want to do it, and she keeps saying okay, true, and then false, answering truthfully, and then one of the question comes up, I am able to move my objects with my mind. You know what? I don't have to answer this. I'm getting out of here. He goes, look, I can help you. You have a power called telekinesis. I've been through this before. There's a girl, Carrie White. She burned down my school, and she went nuts and just basically murdered everyone. You know what? Whatever. So this is where Sue Snell goes into research mode. Once again, I love it when characters do this. And goes and visits Rachel's mom in Arkham. And she seems somewhat down to earth, a little, maybe a little woo, kind of slightly. But still, overall, still pretty normal. Can function quite well. Far more sane, in my personal opinion, than Margaret White, played by Piper Laurie. So, anyways, tells her that her father was Ralph White, same father of Carrie White. So the reason why her name was changed was because I guess she kept her maiden name and didn't change it to White. So what we have here is that Rachel Land is really the half sister of Carrie White, so she's really Rachel White. She then basically breaks her free to breaks her out of the insane asylum to have a talk with Rachel, because she feels as if she might go berserk again. She even takes Rachel to the old school where it was burnt down and let her know the events that took place there. All the while, the kids want to get at Rachel, because I forgot the gentleman's name, but the boy, I can't remember his name. He takes a fancy to, and I've seen this gentleman before, but anyways, the brown-haired chap, he's taken a shine to Rachel, and his current girlfriend, even though he's getting kind of sick of her because she's not really his type. They don't really get along. Doesn't like that, so she wants to get back at Rachel. So they plan this revenge thing, which I won't spoil or get into, but this revenge thing, let's just say it's pretty intense stuff, in dealing with a woman's special moments, or I guess you call it like special event of coming into womanhood, and being Rachel's first. Losing her virginity basically is what it is. Let's just say it has to deal with that, and that's all I'm going to get into about that, as to not spoil it. So overall, it's the basic same premise of the revenge, and then comes the rage, and there is of course a similar massacre at the end, like with the first Carrie, very reminiscent this time around to a Hellraiser film, particularly Hellraiser 3 Hell on Earth with Pinhead. And I loved it. That part was the best for me. Loved all the dismemberments, the kills. There's even one scene where a girl's glasses, the glass basically implodes, not explodes, but implodes into her eye sockets, causing her to take the weapon in hand, which was a harpoon gun, to aim it towards the crotch of the guy from Home Improvement, the kid from there, and let loose the harpoon and basically separate his genitals from between his legs and into the pool. Okay. and of course it couldn't have happened to a more deserving fellow. Okay, that was a jackhole. So, anyways, I really loved that aspect of it. The whole thing is basically, it's a coming of age type of tale with telekinesis thrown in, pretty much like the first one, but unlike the first original Brian De Palma one, where he captured, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, oh God, excuse me, shit. He captured the elements of horror, which was great. He took a very innocent tale of a coming of age story of, of growing up in childhood and getting your first period, and throwing in telekinesis into the mix, and being bullied and stuff like that, and throwing in telekinesis into the mix, and somehow captured the way it was shot. Some of the scenes were kind of soft, being shot in the 70s, which was quite nice, added to the effect. Ever so slightly muffled sound effects, the soundtrack, the crazed mother, all those elements coming together to form a horror film out of this coming of age tale. This one was less on the horror aspects and just more of a coming of age tale, with a woman who has telekinesis, and I enjoyed it. It was a very fun but dumb one. Not nearly anywhere near the league of the original Carrie, and I'm going to be honest with you, not even close to being as good as the remake of Carrie. And I'm talking about the 2013 one with Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. I have seen the other one starring Beatrice something. I know TJ mentioned it. He liked that one more than the original Carrie, the one that came out in the 90s. That remake, where the ending was quite different. So in any case, I still enjoyed it. Like I said, I can't really get into the PQAQ because I watched it on YouTube, so it wasn't nothing spectacular, but the film itself, I would have to give The Rage, Carrie 2, I'm going to be quite honest with you, I'm going to give it a 3. A very solid 3 out of 5 stars, all right? So there we go, folks. There's my review, and then I think coming up next, since I can't find the 90s remake of Carrie, I'm just going to go straight on to the 2013 Carrie, okay? So thank you, folks, for watching. Subscribe to the Globe. Subscribe to all involved in the Globe. It's part of the Globe, and I've put up these wonderful, great videos, horror-related material and reviews. I know Joe's House of Horrors, thank you so much for finally putting up this great review of a film, and I loved it. So there you go, folks. Subscribe to all of us and check out Joe's House of Horrors. Check out his latest review on the Globe. I don't know if he had a chance to put it up yet. Okay, so there we go. I'll look forward to a massive, massive shout out, as well as a massive update. Okay, so there we go, folks. Thanks for watching, and farewell.